friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I will show you how I transformed Thrifted cabinet using Cricut. For all of you that are not familiar with Cricut, Cricut is a smart cutting machine that allows you to create personalized projects with hundreds of materials. It works with a software that is called Design Space and comes free with your machine. This is where you can create all your projects and browse from hundreds of images and fonts. Once you created your design, Design Space will send it to your machine and cut it. It's really simple as that. There's also an app that you can download on your tablet or your phone, and you can create stuff from there. Now, Cricut Maker 3 is the ultimate cutting machine. That is the one that I'm going to be using today. It actually works with 300 plus materials, anything from paper, fabric, leather, or balsa wood. Also work with 13 tools. It is 2 times faster than other machines. It is compatible with smart materials, which means no need for a cutting mat, and cuts up to 12 feet long. So amazing. But now let's go on to the finished project. This is what I created, actually the thrifted item that I transformed using a Cricut machine, and I absolutely love it. But let's start from the beginning. I got this cabinet over at Facebook Marketplace for $20. It has a wonderful bones. Really, it was sturdy, great wood. It was not chipped anywhere. It's really, really great. But I really didn't like the color, the style, that mirror. It's really not my style. So I knew immediately I wanted to redo it. But the size fits perfectly in a space that we needed it for. So that's why I grabbed it. So the first thing I decided to do is just to take the mirror out. So I unscrewed the panel on the back of the mirror. So I just used the drill to unscrew all the screws, and then when that popped out, the mirror came with it. Now I'm using a jigsaw to cut out this design on the front. That's not what I wanted to have, and it's not my style. So I cut it all out and just took it out. After that, I took my sander and I sanded it a little bit because it wasn't completely nice and flat after cutting. So after I sanded everything down, I was okay if there was some imperfections. It is going to be totally fine. I like rustic design, rustic style. But now I'm putting everything back. So I'm putting the panel back, and after that I am screwing the screws back in. So now I'm going to be taking measuring tape and just measure that empty space that I just created. And I'm going to be taking these square dowels from Home Improvement Store. This is just a label in case you need it. And I measured out exactly how much I needed, and I used my hand miter saw to cut them all out. So after I cut each, I sanded just a little bit on the space place where I cut it. And now I have 5 of them over here. Next, I'm going to be taking wood glue, Gorilla wood glue, and I'm going to be applying these wood dowels onto the front of my cabinet. So first I started with the middle, and then I started putting the other 2 on each side. I really didn't measure anything. Most of it I was eyeballing it, but it turned out really good at the end. I really made them tight. As you can see, I'm trying to push them in because I didn't want too much gap in between. And I left this to dry completely. After it was all dried, I'm going to just clean out cabinet before I start painting it. You guys know that I love chalk paint, so I'm using Rust-Oleum chalk paint in a linen white color and a roller, and I am just slowly applying it all over. I think using roller makes it nice and smooth finish, and it is so much easier, and you definitely don't waste as much paint as with a brush. But on front, I had to do it with a brush. Either way, it turned out really good. This is how it looks like after everything was painted and dried. Next, I'm going to be using water-based polyurethane by Verithane and give it 1 good coat, or 2 good coats, I'm sorry. Then I replaced the handle just with a simple one. This one was like 79 cents at Lowe's, and here it is. Okay, The inside I left as it is. I didn't paint it, but I thought it was a little plain, so I decided I am going to stencil it. So I am measuring the space on the inside, and I'm gonna go over to my Cricut. But before that, I wanted to welcome you to my channel. If you're new, I'm so happy you're here. On my channel, you can see a lot of budget-friendly DIYs, decor ideas, thrift flips, and a lot of home improvement DIYs that are coming up. If something like that interests you, I would like to invite you to join my channel, like this video and other videos if you like them. It means so much to me. It helps my channel getting promoted on YouTube. And also, if you're new, I would like for you to subscribe with the notification bell on so you don't miss any of my future videos. I'm on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. Come and say hi if you're on social media. I would love to get to know you. As I said at the beginning, I'm going to be using Cricut Maker 3 for this video. I absolutely love this machine. I use it all the time. As for the materials, I'm going to be using Smart Stencil as well as a transfer tape, the weeding tool, and the scraping tool. And then I'm going to be using this tray that holds the Smart roll. I will put the roll inside of the tray and then push it through the opening, and it's ready to go. Okay, in a Cricut design space, I'm clicking on new project. Then in a graphics, I'm gonna type in geometric stencil, and I'm gonna browse through all these beautiful images until I find what I'm looking for. And I was settled at this one to the left. I click on it, and it's gonna take me straight to the blank space. Over there, I will resize it to the size that I need, which was 12 with 16 inches, a little bit less than 16 inches. Then I'm going to click Make It, and it's going to take me to this page where it's going to ask me to recognize the machine. And then it will take me to choose the material. I'm going to be typing in Smart Stencil, but you can really browse and click on any other that you want if you don't want to type it. Then I'm choosing more for the pressure. And then I'm clicking on the blinking button, and the machine is ready to measure out, do I have enough material to start this project. After that, I'm clicking the arrow, which will start the cutting process, and then the machine is doing its job. It's really that easy. After machine is done cutting, you can simply unload it, or there's another option before unloading it. You can actually cut it with this cutter that comes with a tray and just pull it out. Now it's time for weeding. For this particular pattern, you can really weed any part that you want. But basically with stencil, you are weeding out the part that you want to paint on. So you leave the part that you do not want to be painted on. After that, I'm using a transfer tape and positioning it right there. A Cricut transfer tape is pretty strong. So if you don't like it, you can just fuzz it out a little bit on some kind of material, and that's it. After that, I'm taking the backing off the stencil, and I was left with the stencil with the transfer tape, which I'm going to apply inside. And after I did, I am pulling the transfer tape off. I had a little bit of problem because of the space. It was very hard to film this, but I was able to put it on. This particular shelf could not be taken out. So I prefer using a sponge brush or just piece of sponge and dab when I'm stenciling. So I'm just dabbing on a paint. I actually didn't use a lot of paint at all. I just went a few times over it. You can use roller if you want. I didn't want it because of this space. Like I said, this shelf couldn't be taken out. After it was all painted, I left it to dry completely, and now it's time to pull out the stencil that's not supposed to be there, and it's gonna reveal the beautiful stencil design. The reason why I love this so much is because you can go and buy some kind of wallpaper or a shelf liner, but they're very expensive. This literally cost me so little that I cannot even explain. And I was able to create any design that I wanted. And this is how it looks like. So beautiful. And I chose this one because of the front of this cabinet. It just has a straight line, and I absolutely love it. After that, I used water-based polyurethane to just give it 2 good coats to protect it. Okay, to remind ourselves, this is how the old cabinet looked like, and this is the new one. What a transformation. I could not be happier. I absolutely love how it looks from the outside. But guys, let me open it and show you how it looks from the inside. So gorgeous. It completely elevated this cabinet. I think it looks so high-end, and I paid only $20 for it, and how much I used for paint and the supplies. I am obsessed with it. I want to hear what do you guys think about this one. I think this is something everybody can do, and I really encourage you to try it out. Tell me in the comments down below your thoughts. Like this video, subscribe if you're new, and have a wonderful day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.